Welcome back. Our next speaker today is another small package of fun and spunk. And if you came here earlier today, you'll already be acquainted with her, because she was the MC for the other event, for the other half. I'd like to present to you ANC's graphic design extraordinaire, Elise Cronland.
Everyone knows the Coca-Cola logo, right?
Yes.
Well, would you buy the soda if the logo looked like this? Design matters a lot when it comes to successfully marketing a product. It is the job of designers to create an effective and creative way to advertise their client. It's their job to see all the little things that make a design timeless. Graphic design combines all of my loves together: technology, socializing, music, a busy life, and creating something for others. Being a graphic designer sums up who I am and what I want to do with the rest of my life. I first became interested in graphic design when I was young. I would design journal covers for my friends for Christmas. Even though I didn't know at the time it was called graphic design, I was hooked. I became more and more interested in that realm. So when I finally understood that what I was doing was graphic design, I took a class at the University of the Arts. And I loved it! My goal for this project was to stretch myself by creating at least one brochure or advertisement for a nonprofit and redesigning a few logos. I was excited because when I took the class at U Arts, I didn't really understand how I created the things I did. So this year, my main objective was to become self-sufficient in the graphic design tools on the computer. At first, I planned on taking some tutorials online to teach me certain aspects of the programs. But after looking at the long page of complicated tutorials to things foreign to me, I found myself doing so much more through application. I would Google questions if I got stuck, but mostly I relied on my ingenuity. I originally planned on designing one advertisement for a nonprofit and redesigning 3 well-known logos. When I met with my mentor, Serena Sutton, she thought I could achieve more. Serena suggested I work with 3 nonprofits, so then I would have a bigger stretch and learn how to be versatile. Designers sometimes get into a rut of designing the same type of design over and over again, so it's good to learn to create different kinds of images. I found the first nonprofit through an online database of local organizations. Cradle of Hope is a wonderful organization where they provide a home for single mothers who are trying to get back on their feet. The program educates women on spirituality, resourcefulness, and independence. After looking at Cradle of Hope's website, I knew I wanted to help them out. I talked with Michelle Beeman, the woman in charge of the organization. She was very excited and asked me to redesign her brochure and letterhead. I was also excited because I was already feeling successful. I went through a few drafts of the Cradle of Hope's logo, but I settled on a mother holding a baby with a soft feminine font saying Cradle of Hope. The key thing to remember about when designing for someone else is to know what your client's goals are and to accurately depict those goals through images and colors. In my research paper, I explored the psychology of color and discovered that colors affect the way we feel and make decisions. Each color symbolizes a feeling or attitude, and graphic designers need to be privy to this knowledge to be successful. At the same time as I was working for Cradle of Hope, I emailed State Representative Tom Merck for a new project idea, and he directed me to the organization Dance Arts Conservatory. When I met with Noelle, the woman in charge, she was so excited to see me. She showed me the brochure they had and asked if I could redesign them. One of them was for the dance studio generally, but the other brochure was for the amazing program for special needs children. I had no idea that I would be designing 2 whole brochures for one client, but I was willing to do it. The process was very much the same as the Cradle of Hope brochure. The only difference was that as I was stuck thinking of a way to design one of the brochures, I started to design it like the Cradle of Hope brochure. I packaged all the information on the brochures up into various formats and burnt them onto a disc. I was glad to know how to do this because it is an important step in a graphic designer's process when working with the client. For my next project, I wanted to work with someone more local. The Bryn Avenue Co-op is a great organization where you can buy fresh vegetables and honey locally. I called Danielle Odner and asked if she needed any help on advertisements. She said that she wanted to change the honey labels, so I decided to take on that job. Danielle was the first client that actually made me redesign my drafts. It made me a better designer because Danielle had a clear vision of what she wanted and helped me not become attached to a particular design. When it comes down to it, the design is for the client and not for the designer. If the client doesn't like it, you have to change it, even if it feels like your baby. It's reality and it's essential to not become attached. Danielle wanted an Art Nouveau look to the labels, so I went with a dripping honey border and warm tones for the label. Danielle liked it, but she wanted each honey location to have their own border. She also wanted an iconic image of each location in the background. My finished labels were all different, but had the same color combinations, so they all worked together in the collection. It's hard to differentiate between what my project and what my service pieces were, because everything I did was for free. Except for a contest, my service pieces and projects were the same thing. I wanted service to be a big part of my senior project because I believe in helping others with the gifts we have. Serena Sutton was the best mentor I could ask for. She helped me navigate my way through the graphic design process. But she also let me have the space to make my own discoveries. Serena is kind, funny, and very generous. I was having trouble finding a place to work on my projects, so Serena gave me this wonderful workspace in the marketing office to work on my projects on a high-tech Mac. In the office, I learned so much by being around the other designers. They gave me pointers on how to create an image in a faster way and shortcut keystroke tips. Even though Serena was my main mentor, I easily had 4 others. The marketing office was like a big family to me. They gave me advice, included me on crazy and extremely funny moments, like Serena's husband's birthday cards, and treated me like one of them. I think one of the best moments I had with the marketing office was after laughing for a long time with the entire group. Serena says, "You belong in marketing." It really made my day. As I look back on the odyssey called my senior project, I found that I've grown in so many ways. I'm confident in the Adobe programs, so I can effectively communicate my clients' needs to the world, and I have a better understanding of the client-designer relationship. I have grown so much that I felt the need to look back at my poster and redesign it. I've come to realize that graphic designers don't usually use cardboard and glue to create a poster, but use a computer. I felt it was my duty, and a good way to bring my project full circle by creating a poster that accurately depicted my project, myself, and senior project as a whole. My new poster. On my task analysis sheet, it asked how I will know I was successful in senior project. I said I will feel successful when I am holding my product with my design on it. And today I am proud to tell you I am successful. Thank you.